Welcome to another episode of Swish Nomads. I mean, we were supposed to be four, but
Crazy.
due to some African related issues,
hmm
we only two. But hey, listen, I got the OG with me. OG, how
Hi.
you doing? How you doing,
I'm
boss
doing
lady?
well. I'm a little disappointed with our fellow African brothers who did not show up.
Yeah.
Shout out to the non-shows. That's Marcel, Jigo, Jonathan, and even the person who went on his own social media to tell us that he's never been invited onto the podcast as a guest. We invited him onto the podcast and he bailed with 3 minutes to go. I'm not going to mention his name. He knows who he is.
Starts with an A, ends with an O. White looking over.
Stop.
Anyways, listen, episode 36, we're here,
Yes.
we're here, the good ones are here, and then
Yes.
we're going to have a great show, a little bit shorter because we were going to interact with other people, but hey, listen, let's do it.
Facts.
And then we'll start, as usual, with the hot topics.
Okay, so I have two hot topics for those that don't know. Well, actually, let's go three. The first one being the under 16s is going to be starting by the time you've heard this. So we've got the under 16s, which used to be called the under 16s African Championships, is now being called the under 16s AfroBasket and the under 16s Women's AfroBasket. So now all of the FIBA Africa competitions are all in line in terms of naming conventions. So that's going to be happening in Rwanda. So we're looking forward to that. The second piece of hot topic is Karim Mane has signed a new deal with, and I'm going to butcher this name, Rouen for the next Pro B season in France. So he's heading to France, the young Senegalese player, fresh off of a bronze medal at AfroBasket, will be joining Rouen Metropole in France. That sounded very Italian, but just imagine I said it in a French accent. We'll be interested to see what he does. And I think that's something we will probably be interested in terms of looking at where our AfroBasket players are going back to play in the regular season and then trying to do updates on that in Hot Topics as well. So we make sure we cover them 360. And then my final piece of Hot Topics, which I actually saw today, and I was like, ooh, this is something I want to talk about, is this was reported by the Tigress officials. So they've put the caption "Promise made, promise kept." Zenith Bank has redeemed their pledge to the Tigers and has given them the 200 million naira check that they promised them for all their efforts in women's AfroBasket. So Coach Rina received it as well as MVP Amy Okonkwo. So congratulations to Nigeria basketball, and also congratulations to the women. Let's hope that there's more support like this across Africa for women's programs moving forward. And that's it from me for Hot Topics.
And then I just want to add a little something. The African qualifiers for the World Cup.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yes,
that.
the draw.
The
And
draw,
then,
yes.
yeah. So listen. The luck of the draw had the champs paired
Crazy.
up with the runners up. So Mali is going to be in the same group as Angola,
Mhm.
Uganda, and Egypt, Group D.
Mhm.
And then the Group A is going to be Cameroon, South Sudan, Libya, and Cape Verde.
Mhm.
Group B is going to be Senegal, the DRC, Madagascar, and Cote d'Ivoire.
Mhm.
And Group C is going to be Nigeria, Rwanda, Guinea, and Tunisia.
Mhm.
So I think we're the group of death. Again, every time we participate,
I don't think so, because Uganda and Egypt is stronger than Uganda, fair, but
True.
I don't think, to me, that the group of death there, you've really got to look at,
A, right?
it's A or C, because A, Cameroon, South Sudan, Cape Verde, and Libya.
No,
That's a tough group to come out of.
Facts.
And then Group C is Nigeria, Rwanda, who played exceptionally well during AfroBasket, plus Guinea, who also had a great run. Tunisia did not have such a great run, but we know that Tunisia are shooters. If they want to, they will make it to that World Cup, and they'll run through everyone to do it.
Is it going to be 5 again? 5 African champions?
Yes, I think it's 5.
But I got a little question. Like, okay, women's AfroBasket. The
Yes.
champion automatically is in it, right?
That's from my understanding, that's what's happening
So
with all of the women's continentals.
but why is it that the men got to go through this? Because what I've heard was that okay, Angola won, so we're like exempt for one window. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's true, but like it does not make it's not fair, right?
I think maybe it's because the men's competition globally is just more competitive. There are more men's nationality, no, men's nations taking
Hmm.
part in a World Cup than there are women's nations taking part. So I think that's one of the reasons for the qualifiers, to give as many nations the opportunity to qualify. So it could be like a team like, let's say, Cote d'Ivoire didn't make it to the podium, but they qualify for the World Cup because they're able to get their act
Okay,
together.
okay,
So
okay.
I think that that's the main reason. Then the second reason is obviously it gives teams a chance to play more and more games up until the World Cup. So at least they're playing 5 windows, 3 games per windows. So that's a bunch of games
True,
before you get there to
true.
practice, and then it's up to the then federations to do friendly games with other nations outside of their region if they want to. And then I would also say it gives fans an opportunity to watch them, because maybe they're not going to be able to afford to go to the World Cup.
True.
But if, I don't know, Egypt or Nigeria hosts a World Cup qualifier, maybe you can afford to fly there to watch your teams play.
Yeah, yeah, that makes. Yeah, but I just thinking like it's because women is less is only two from the women's side, right?
That qualify automatically?
No, no. One qualifies automatically, right? The
Yes.
winner. And then how many participate in at the World Cup? It's only
So
two,
so so
isn't it?
previously it was 2 from Africa, but I
Mm.
think the rule has changed because we now have 4 African teams going to the qualifiers. So it doesn't make sense that from 4 you're only going to get 2 if one automatically qualifies. I think and I'm going to check it as I'm talking. I think we get 3 now.
Okay.
I'm wondering if, like, because of how we've played, the rankings have adjusted for Africa. Um,
Yeah,
but
Nigeria's in the rank top 10, right? Nigeria's top 10 now.
yes, so that I feel like that
Yeah.
changes
Yeah, yeah.
something.
It gives some yeah, I got you, I got you. I mean, but still not fair, man. Still not fair because if we think about it, like what's gonna okay, but it's all good. I mean, hopefully, but hey, whatever we gonna go, and I think this year is gonna be like because we always have success in youth level World Cups. You know,
Yes.
unfortunately, once we get to the senior level, I don't know what happens, and then
Yeah.
reality checks in. Like, and then that's what. But I think let's hope that Nigeria can go and have a great showing. We saw South Sudan doing it, but then what this makes is like a lot of big time players won't be coming to you Afro basketball because what for?
Yeah.
Because you know what I did? I did a little analogy between Eurobasket and the amount of stars they play, and AfroBasket and the amount of they're not even stars. They're just role players, most of them. Because people are like, oh,
Mm,
If Missy was a decent player, he started for the Pelicans. He was runner, no, not runner up. He was second team all rookie. He was
yeah.
okay, yeah. But we're not talking about a Giannis, Luca,
But
Jokic.
he's young. He has time to grow into that, no?
Yeah, but the level we're talking about MVP caliber players that play
Right.
in Eurobasket as opposed to
Mm,
some guy that had a couple of like a little. I mean, yeah, he's a legit NBA player. I'm not gonna,
yeah.
like, but if you realize the amount, like I saw today, the amount of play NBA players competing in Eurobasket, and we talk about NBA players that starters, all stars, because we could have had like Siakam, but he decided not to come. He was probably like the biggest, because we don't have any other African All Star right now. So okay, we do have Embiid, but he plays for the States. So, to me, it's like it's kind of like a watered down tournament because the stars don't come. You know,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yes, but I would also argue that to be a star, you have to keep competing in these types of tournaments. So if you think like Greek fans don't fly to the States to see Yanis,
Oh, of
but
course.
Eurobasket comes and they turn up to see Yanis. And that, to me, that increases his stardom. It gives him more
Absolutely.
star power. The same thing with Doncic, the same thing with Hernan Gomez. So to me, if you want to be a star globally recognized, you then also need to participate in continentals as well as
True.
qualifiers, because that's how more people know who you are from where you're from, but
Mhm.
also globally.
That's what I tell kids. Listen, you got to be big in your own country. Otherwise,
Mm.
they won't respect you.
Yeah, you need to have
Yeah,
kids walking down the street wearing your shirt.
absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
you should buy a
yeah.
Stitch shirt though.
Respect.
I'm learning from Jigo how to plug. I'm learning. I just I just did a quick check for the Women's World Cup. So the four winners of the four women's continentals, that's Asia Cup, America Cup, AfroBasket, and Eurobasket, get automatic qualification to the Women's World Cup in 2026 in Germany. They will still play the qualifiers,
Yeah,
but
just for
it doesn't matter. Everybody else, so the other three African teams and everybody else has equal opportunity to qualify. It's not how many from one place or how many from the other. If you come first and second in the group, you qualify. So that's South Sudan, Mali, and Senegal. Senegal was fourth, right?
Senegal was fourth. Yeah,
Yeah.
no third.
Third. No, Senegal wasn't third. South Sudan was third.
Oh, in
Women's.
women's. Oh, my
Yeah,
bad, my
yeah,
bad. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So essentially, if all three of them dominate, we could have four African teams at the World Cup, at the Women's World Cup.
But you know what the problem is? Honestly, that's what the same happens at the Olympic qualifiers. I mean, it's really, really hard for you to beat, like, let's say, okay, let's say France. You know,
Yeah, but
with
you
all
don't have to beat France. Like Senegal has beaten Latvia before. Nigeria has beaten Greece before. It's
true.
depending on who's in your group. If
Oh,
if
gotcha,
it's like
gotcha, gotcha.
if it's six teams in your group and you need to come top two, how many games you need to win? Like at least three of them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That,
and
that,
not
that
all.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, not all of them are going to be the caliber of France or the caliber of
True, true,
USA or
true, true.
Canada. You have to just prepare for the games you know you're going to win. Oh, sorry, the games you know you can win, and then like work hard to win them. And
True.
once you do that, I feel like then the sky is the limit, because once you're at the World Cup, you're already on the world stage. You've already done a service to your country, to the players that are sitting next to you,
True.
and to Africa as a continent. Because we're just
Absolutely.
going to support you regardless. It doesn't matter which of you gets there. We're all going to be supporting you.
No, no, absolutely. No, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, to
Yes.
like to have as many African countries present, like
Yes.
possibly, and then for them to have a great showing, and then
Yes.
it will just to me it will like increase the number of African girls in the
Yes.
WNBA playing
Yes.
at the collegiate level, because right now it's you have to realize like it's the sky's the limit, because I don't think there's that much of a gap between in women's basketball in terms athletically,
Yes.
because you have this Canadian girl dunking with two hands. You had that French girl dunking like this on a break, whatever. So it's not just like, oh my God, it's LeBron and is D Wade or whatever, like all these American superstars. But I'm just saying, like, I think that the gap is a lot smaller
Mhm.
in women's
In
basketball.
women's.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I agree. No, I think I agree with you. It's about recognition. It's
true.
about knowing where to look for those players, and because we don't know where to look for them, I think that's the reason they don't get the same amount of exposure. But the draw date for Women's World Cup has not been announced for those qualifying competitions. So once we have the date of the announcement, we will let you know.
Date and venue, the
And the
place.
venues,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, the venues. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, so it was amazing. That's it for hot topics, and then we're gonna go and talk about U16
Yes.
AfroBasket, because the future of basketball, African basketball, starts there.
Yes.
So we're gonna have the future stars, because like I said, unfortunately, I still don't know why it's every 2 years in Africa.
Do you think it should be different for U16?
It's every year in Europe.
Yeah, but they've got so many more teams,
But
no?
so no, but they got U16 Division A, B, and C, so they all play. So if you think about it, it's not about because check this. If you like, imagine if you're a late bloomer, right? You start playing at 15.
Right?
You're not that good. You're not gonna be able to go. So when you're 16, you go and do U16. You play 1 year. Next year, you're gonna have to play U18. But you're not good enough to play U18 yet because there's all these guys that are like 17, 18 years old. So you got to wait your turn. And in
Mm,
Europe, you can play 2 years of U16 and then 2 years of U18. So
that's a
that
good
gives you
point.
an advantage, because I remember there was one kid that I saw last year, U16. He was not trash, but like he then he went to Spain. He went to Valencia. I saw him this year. He's a completely new player. Then he's going to take that momentum and go to U18 next year,
Mm,
and play 2 years of U18. So the amount of exposure, because you're going to play against your peers, right? You're going to play
yeah,
against Germany, poor, da, da, da. And then if you look at Germany, Germany won U16 Division B, right?
yeah.
So all these people these kids, they went to U18 the year after. They were ready, but Division A, they didn't get that they didn't do that well, whatever. But then they went to Division U18 the next year. They won it, and then they went to the World Cup Division U19 and killed it. They was
It's
runners
true.
up. So it gives you more opportunities to play at that because check it's already hard enough. You don't
Yeah,
play against. You only play against. There's only like 10 teams. There's
it's
only
true.
10 teams in
Yeah,
the
so
country.
yeah, yeah.
You
So
don't play with.
you're not playing enough to
No, you're
gain the
not.
experience you need to
Or
be
the
ready on
exposure.
that, or the exposure you need
Or the
to
exposure. Yeah,
be,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, on that
You
level.
know.
No, you're
So
right. You're right.
yeah, it's, unfortunately, but what I think is like this. Whoever decided, they know better. They probably know the logistics. It's already hard enough because there's always there's no money.
Mhm.
There's no system every 2 years. Imagine if it was every year. But like yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Okay,
But
so oh, sorry, go on.
okay, go ahead.
I was going to say the dates for AfroBasket under 16 are from the 2nd to the 14th of September,
Okay.
and that is the same for the women. So both competitions will be happening at the same time.
Rwanda, yeah, yeah.
Rwanda, Kigali, Rwanda. So
Hmm.
just to run through the teams for who has qualified, let's say for the men's, we have Angola, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Guinea, Liberia, Mali, Morocco, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tunisia, and Uganda. And then for the women's side, we have Angola, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Guinea, Kenya, Mali, Morocco, Rwanda, South Africa, Tanzania, and Tunisia. So, do you want to start with men's or women's? Oh, sorry, boys or girls, I should say.
Boys or girls? I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I have no idea who's even for Angola. From Angola, I have
Yeah.
no idea who's coming. I saw
Oh,
some kid.
yeah.
I saw some kids that played in this. I think they went to South Africa, Namibia, whatever.
For the
They played.
qualifiers?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They did this. They did a thing, whatever. But like, there's come on. We like a couple of days from.
Yeah.
So we should have at least a roster to find out who to follow.
Let me check if there is a roster on. No, we don't have rosters yet
Nothing. Nothing.
for
Is
which
you
is it
know.
makes it really hard for
I
us to
know.
talk about a competition and we don't
Exactly.
know who's playing it.
Even if they trying to mimic the senior level teams doing the same thing. Oh no, rosters only like a day before. But I would say I know two kids from Uganda. They're twins. They're two kids that they really these kids are like they qualified. They help qualify Uganda. I'm sorry to the AfroBasket. And
Mm,
they because I know they play AAU in the States. They live in the States, live in Los Angeles. They're twins, super good
nice.
kids. I mean, Mali, they're always a force to be reckoned with.
Are you
Always
talking? Are we talking about the boys or the girls?
the boys, because
Boys, boys,
boys
boys.
are big. I mean, Mali is a they
Yeah,
deserve
Mali. Yeah,
they deserve a case study, honestly.
I hope someone is doing it
Yeah,
because
because
what they've been able to do in that federation with their youth teams, I don't think anybody else comes close to that.
true, true, true.
But
But
it's nice to see
mhm,
like well, maybe they're not actually new, but new for me. So Liberia, didn't expect to see them there. I'm interested to see what they can do.
yeah,
And Sierra Leone, which is the first time they're competing at the youth level. We were actually going to do hidden hoops about there, but I had a
yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
information. So maybe we'll save it for
For
the
when we
next
actually,
next
yeah,
yeah
when the
next
Africans
episode.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
But I think it's really nice that we actually have new countries in there
True,
who are
true.
trying to build up their youth program, because hopefully the idea is that translates into men's and women's. And then it's always nice to see Morocco in
The
there.
usual
And
suspects, yeah, the
yeah,
usual
Morocco,
suspects.
Egypt, Tunisia,
Egypt,
they're
yeah,
staples in the youth game.
absolutely.
I I think here's my podium prediction for boys. Mali first, Egypt second, because I think Egypt has a very strong youth program. And I think it's going to be between Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire for third.
Are you so Guinea's gonna play handball. They're the defending champs.
I think defending champs is not the same kids from before. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
true,
And
true.
I think that Guinea team is special, was special, but I don't know how much of that has translated into the new team, and that's why I didn't include them.
Oh,
I think I've seen what Cote d'Ivoire is trying to do with basketball, and I can see that translating into their youth team. I see
okay.
what Cameroon is trying to do with basketball, and I think Cameroon has been galvanized by the fact that they've seen big stars come back and play for their national team. So I feel like that's going to encourage people more. We know Mali has a really good program already. We know
I know.
Egypt has a really good program
True.
already. The other teams like Uganda, Rwanda, Tunisia, they're the outliers. We don't really know what's happening with them on the boys' side. So
True.
that's why that's my prediction. So what's your podium prediction?
I mean, you know exactly what I'm gonna
Oh
say,
my
right? You know. But
gosh.
listen, listen. Why do you keep? Because I don't. Okay. There's what? There's what? There's 12 teams, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
12 teams. Okay. The odds of Angola finishing below fourth, fifth place, they're really, really, because okay, you take Egypt, Mali, Guinea, they're like the usual suspects, whatever.
Mhm.
But what I don't understand, how come Nigeria's not there?
Because you have to be organized to do that. And
So
respectfully,
so
I feel like
Liberia
Nigeria was more focused on
on the
the men's and women's
yeah,
AfroBaskets than they
okay,
were for the youth
okay.
competitions. That's my personal opinion. Or maybe they just didn't do so well in the qualifiers. Like zone Nigeria is in zone 3, right? So you're in a zone with Mali, with Guinea, with
Yeah,
like
true,
zone
true,
3 is probably after, like between zone 3 and zone 5. They're the most competitive
true,
zones,
true,
personally.
true, true. Yeah, it makes sense. But like what I don't understand is okay, I don't think Liberia is more organized than Nigeria in terms of basketball. I don't even
Yeah,
know they play.
but who are they in a zone with?
Oh yeah,
Liberia is zone
yeah,
one,
yeah,
if
okay,
I've got that correct. So that's Tunisia, Liberia, Algeria, Morocco.
yeah. I mean,
Unless I've got that wrong, I feel like that. So come on, like
and Sierra Leone is like,
Sierra Leone, I want to say is zone 4. So that's like with Senegal. Wait, Senegal's not here,
oh yeah, true, true.
huh? That's interesting.
Oh yep, 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 yep.
Okay then.
So they probably I gotta go and check the qualifiers. They probably beat one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's interesting,
Hmm.
interesting, interesting. But like, okay, my predictions.
Hmm.
I would say I have no idea who's going to play for Angola. I'm just saying if to to be patriotic and to mess with Ayo. But I listen. I don't underestimate the heart of a champion. I think Guinea, the fact that uh, they won last time. Of course, they had a generational play in this little out of fun kid, the 7 footer. But I think because of that, a lot of kids were able to say, "Hey, he did it. I can do it too. They did it. We can
Mm.
do it too." So I think it boosted a little bit of everything that has to do with basketball because they're a basketball country. Guinea's a basketball
Yeah.
country, but I don't know if they were so much focused on youth level since they won it all. They're like,
Mm.
okay, let's
Pivot.
swerve a little, yeah, and then go over
Yeah.
there. I think so. So I would say Guinea, Angola, Mali in that
Okay.
order. In that order.
Just to give everybody else a little context, just from the qualifiers, I had a quick gander. So, for example, Angola played South Africa. This I'm talking about
I know
boys.
they, yeah, but
Angola
yeah,
played South Africa and beat them. Botswana played Namibia, beat Botswana and beat them, and
yeah.
then Cote d'Ivoire beat Guinea. Cote d'Ivoire beat Benin, and then on the other side of that, Cote d'Ivoire beat Liberia. Also, Liberia is in zone two. Then they're not in zone one
Okay.
because if they're with Cote d'Ivoire, then Botswana lost to MAW. I think is Maui. No, it can't be Maui. Malawi.
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 Yeah.
And obviously, again, we know that if you're in zone six, the only three competitors you have is like Angola, South Africa, and Mozambique. And
Mozambique, yeah.
Mozambique didn't compete, so it's basically Angola versus South Africa. That's kind
Which
of how
is
that works.
Angola.
Exactly. Then uh some other ones. Benin lost to Liberia again. Liberia lose to Cote d'Ivoire, but only by like 9 points. So that would be interesting. And then Sierra Leone only had to beat one other country, which is MTN. I want to say that's Mo- Mauritius. Yeah, no, Mauritania.
Mauritania. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mauritania. Wow, I can't even say
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mauritania.
Okay.
So basically, Sierra Leone and Mauritania were going back to back in zone two, and Sierra Leone had the best of them. So that's kind of how they were able to get through. And then
Good.
Liberia, obviously, Liberia and Algeria were playing, and Tunisia beats Algeria as well. So then that's how you get your zone one qualifiers. So on the men's side, it was quite competitive, but it's competitive within your zone, right? It's very different when you come out of your zone and you have to face somebody else. But it was nice to see Mauritania like playing in the qualifiers.
I mean, hopefully they will, because I don't know. There's some countries I don't even know play basketball on
Mm.
if they have a league. If because where would these kids play? Because if you don't have a league, a senior level league,
Yeah, that's
where
a
these
really
kids
good
play?
point. I
That's
assume
another.
like they're playing at school level, and then after that, I guess they go to another country to play, or they because you're right. If there is no opportunity to play as an adult, you have to leave.
True, true. And then you got to
Mm.
be, yeah, but unfortunately, and then there's not a lot of information on the because I don't know
Yeah.
who the players is to watch. Who are the players to watch? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me see if there was some. Let me do some investigation for you, my
I mean,
friend.
they did a. I saw on a boys AfroBasket. I saw a
Yes.
picture of I think it was Cote d'Ivoire and this Angolan guy named Wellington. He was playing D, But like these kids now, they're like it's 2 years later. You know, Wellington is doing his thing in the states. I don't know, like I don't know the people from Cote d'Ivoire, what they're doing. But like I said, it's a great opportunity for these kids to a showcase for them. It's a really really good showcase. A lot of kids can change their lives because of if they have a
Yeah.
good showing. So on that's on the boys side. On the
Yeah.
women on the
On the
girls side,
girls, okay. So my podium prediction for the girls: Mali number one,
of
OVS.
course. I mean, come on,
Nine. This is where I think it's a little bit harder on the girls'
Egypt,
side. I think, yeah, you're right. Egypt number
Egypt.
two. Then, but who are you putting third then?
I mean, that's it's gonna be up for grabs.
Yeah,
You know,
I, I'm, I'm interested maybe to see Guinea or Morocco. I remember Morocco actually had a good girls program,
okay.
but third is up for grabs. I actually don't know who would be good on that.
Do you know that there's a little? I don't even know who's gonna be on the Angolan side because there was an episode of six Angolan girls being caught with. I think they do a test and then they
Yeah.
didn't pass that. Yeah, they were caught. They were supposed to be older. So Angola only played with six. Can
Oh.
you imagine? Angola played with six girls only, and we still kicked it. But like that's another thing because they say, oh yeah, these tests are not reliable. Come on, it's not reliable with you guys. Come on, you guys, he's sending like 19-year-olds. It's. But I understand the temptation. Like it's no. Listen, I was thinking about. I was talking to some people the other day. I was saying, listen, if we have some brothers and sisters getting into some makeshift boats. you know, and then sailing to Europe for better
Mm.
life,
Mm.
facing the water. When you get there, they're like they locked up. They go to
Yeah.
some concentration camps or whatever. Not, I mean, yeah,
Not concentration camps, refugee camps.
refugee camps. My bad, my bad,
Jeez.
my bad, my bad. Yeah, I live in Germany. I know, but it's. I'm telling you. I mean, if that's the only way out, you know,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I'll put, okay, get into the boat, or say I'm 3 years younger, and
Yeah,
see if it sticks,
see if it sticks.
So
It's really difficult. I really think people who don't live in Africa, let's say that, really don't grasp how difficult it is to get out of Africa the legal way.
yeah,
Like, especially if you don't have money, because you could have all of the, like, you could be book smart, but you still need to pay for the flight ticket to go and
and
study abroad.
even get a visa. You need to
And
get a
you need to
visa.
get, I haven't even thought about that. Yeah, get a visa,
Yeah,
all of that stuff. Like, so I can understand why people make certain decisions. And I'm not criticizing, I'm not judging.
yeah, me neither. Me neither. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
it
know.
is what
I
it is.
it's like, what did it, walk a mile in my shoes, whatever. I can't.
Exactly.
How can I do it?
Yeah.
If there's a lot. Listen, you start playing at 15. You
Mm.
now you 17. Oh my God, there's a you, and then once again, there's every 2 years. So
Mm.
you
That's
have
a
to
good
wait.
point.
If I don't go this year, I have to go in 2 years. I'm going to be 19 or whatever.
Yeah,
So
I can
it's
see.
bending the rules a little bit. It's kind of like, listen, people talk a lot about this. Like, in the States, the kids do something called reclassify. They reclass. They're like a
Mm.
junior. They play an extra year high school, so that
Yeah.
at least they're a year older. But that's one thing. But like, I heard some guys being like 4 or 5 years older. So
Listen, it
that's
happens in Europe as well. People fake their ages in Europe. It's not a strictly African thing
no. But
at
I
all.
think in Europe it's a little bit harder because, listen, I
Mm.
had two kids, right, born here. They left the hospital already with a birth certificate. you know so I know kids that play with their younger siblings IDs. If
Wow.
you imagine like, you like super good, whatever, you like 14 years old, 16 years old, or you're 16, you got a 13-year-old kid, a little fat boy. Fat boy never played anything. You play with his will play with his ID. I know, I've seen
Mm.
happening in Europe. But if and then a lot of times, like, those I mean, I think those teams close their eyes because they're getting something out of it. They
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you
they're
know.
winning at
Yeah,
the end
it's
of the day.
win-win. It's win-win. Hey, listen, you. I mean, I'm not. There's a little video of a kid like dunking everything, saying, "How old are you?" I'm 10. He's 10 years old. He's dunking on people. I'm not. I wasn't there when he was born, but like, come on, come on. He's not 10 years old. He's built
Yeah.
like Dennis Rodman, man. Come on. you know no, but that's the thing. On the girls side, I think is a little bit, but like I said, we don't know who's going, unless,
Yeah.
imagine there's a like, I don't know, generational player in Tanzania, like Ashim Tabit, like that 7 footer.
Yeah. And we don't
Imagine.
know about it.
How are we gonna predict something? But I'll be watching the games. Oh, it's
And the
gonna be
games are on YouTube, guys. So you don't need courtside. You can watch them all on YouTube and you can follow
true.
all of your teams.
True, true, true. And then I'm trying to see, because there was everything in Angola was hush hush. Nobody said anything about those girls, right? I hope they don't try to put them again to see if it sticks again. Because they got caught once.
Oh,
Because they were playing with six, and I got the box score, right, the sheet. I was like, what happened? There's only six players. Oh yeah, there was a problem with a couple of girls. Da da da. What problem? Oh yeah, because they do a test. I think they measure your growth plates, the cartilage, whatever. They measure. They do
that's
it.
crazy that they
Yeah,
can do that.
yeah. I mean, listen. It can, they can't be 100% sure, but if
Mhm.
you stop growing, if you stop growing, I think your in your wrist is closed like this. If you're still growing,
Oh,
yeah, that's why they do a wrist test. I don't know. They did it, like, I don't know, 20 years ago. I don't know if they what they do now. You know,
I think
but
I'm still growing because my wrists are very flexible.
so
I don't know. I don't know if that means anything.
No, but honestly, I don't. You better. We should ask somebody. I'm gonna ask somebody
Yeah,
to
let's
find
come
out
back
what
to you
test it
guys.
is. What test,
Yeah,
because I heard before about this wrist thingy, whatever. But I don't. Technology evolved, medicine evolved, so we should be
yeah,
getting something more accurate, And then
yeah.
poor
That's true.
those poor six girls, they weren't able to play. But hey, let's see if they got something else. But anyways, this was it for the little segment talking about the U16.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, due to some problems, we can't do in hoops. We're gonna do it next time.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a first in this podcast, a a one person quiz. She's gonna test her knowledge, and
Yep.
she's the winner. She won. You won. You
Yeah,
know.
I've been
Yeah.
winning. I've
You.
been
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
afraid.
so because last time Jigo he basically
I
the
can't
O
believe
for
that.
every, yeah, I
I
know it
can't
was
believe it.
crazy. It was
When I
crazy.
watched that episode, I was so mad at you guys. I was like, for real? Is this what we're doing now? I leave you guys alone for 2 weeks and you let Jigo win?
No, Jonathan was condescending. It was like, hey, say keep take the dub, take the.
Jonathan
He
was
was,
like, you can have that little petty
yeah,
win.
yeah. But speaking of Jonathan, he wrote something. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm getting
Oh yeah,
Pedro.
he's going to
Oh,
Kigali. I forgot. His flight is at 5 a.m.
yeah, he's going to Kigali.
Jonathan is
Yeah,
gonna be on site for the under 16s. So hopefully
represent.
he'll be able to tell us who the players are.
And you'll be able
Yeah.
to tell us what tests. Oh yeah, who got caught with his cheating with this. But anyway, we're gonna do a one person quiz,
Mhm.
and lane number one, OG. And we'll start. Okay,
How
listen.
many questions are there?
Five.
So I'm hoping to get at least 50%. That's all I'm asking for.
Alrighty. So
Okay.
let's see.
God.
Okay. The topic is gonna be um U16,
Oh
boys
Lord.
and girls.
Okay.
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 Damn.
Let's question number one.
Mhm.
Angola is a top dog when it comes to men's AfroBasket. But when we talk about boys AfroBasket, who won the most U16 AfroBasket editions?
That's a very good question, Pedro. My instinct is saying Mali, so that's what I'm going to go with. Mali is my answer.
Okay. So, no, it's Egypt. Egypt
Oh,
dominates U16.
damn.
And then there will be a bonus question, and then a
Okay.
bonus question.
All right.
It's, yeah, like how many times? Five.
Okay.
And then how many times were they second? It was three times.
Damn.
So they dominate. They've been dominating. Egypt is,
Shout out to
yeah,
Egypt.
yeah. Egypt is yeah, respect. And then they did the same in you. And that generation was like it translated to
To
U18 also.
U18, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. There's also now, question number two. There's also another country that reached the podium every time they participated. Which country and how many times?
Every time they've participated, they've reached the podium in U16.
Hmm.
My instinct is Mali again. But yeah, okay, I'm
And
going to
you're
go
right.
with Mali. Yeah.
And you're right. And you're
And then
right. But now, how
how
many
many
times? Yeah.
times
Just to tell you that Egypt,
has the
they
most?
were in the eight.
Okay.
Every AfroBasket, they place in a podium.
Okay. So I'm going to say every U16 Afro basket they've placed in the podium.
Hmm.
Damn. How many U16s have there been?
Eight.
Oh, so then it has to be 8, no? No,
It's
wait.
seven.
I haven't. I see. I thought 7 before, and then you went, but they placed in the
It's
podium every
seven
time.
because they didn't participate. The only time they didn't place in the podium was when they didn't participate
Participate.
in 2013.
Oh, we
So
had this question before. I
I know.
remember.
See,
Ah,
there
nah,
you
that's
go.
my own fault. That's my own fault.
Okay, so now we're gonna switch to the
Okay,
girls' side.
girls. Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
who is the LeVar Ball of girls U16 AfroBasket? As in,
Damn.
never lost.
Mali.
Ding, 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 and you're right again. And now, and then, how many wins?
In U16,
Yeah.
I believe it's for
Remember, I told you.
girls.
Remember, I told you the number of AfroBaskets.
But is it the same for boys and girls? The same
Yeah.
number? Oh, then I'm
Yeah.
going to say 8.
There you go. 8 wins in a row. Eight
For
wins in a
some
row.
reason, I thought there was less U16 girls than there were boys.
No, I mean, I did
No.
my research. It was all there was the same from
Oh,
20.
nice.
Oh, I think is '09 till now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then
Okay.
question number 4.
Hmm.
Egypt finished in the top 3 in every U16 women's AfroBasket except in one occasion. When was it?
I'm going to say 2021.
2015 in Antananarivo.
Do you know?
And
Oh my gosh! In my mind, I was thinking Madagascar has something to do with this nonsense, and I was like, "No, it can't have been. It wouldn't have made sense. I should have gone with my instinct.
there you
It
go.
was on
Always
the
go with the
tip of
first.
my
Yeah.
tongue. I was like,
And
Madagascar's
then
got something to do with this."
where did they finish? They finished 7th. Because can you
So
imagine?
yeah,
Top 3 every time, and then they finished 7th. The one time,
it
and
was a
then
horrible tournament for
I
them.
know. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And who finished? Okay, question number 5. We were talking about the winners and gold medals and whatever, top threes or whatever. Who finished last in the 2023 U16 women's AfroBasket? And what was their record?
I really want to say South Africa because I know you, but I don't think they played U16 girls.
They played
I think
U18.
they played U18.
Yeah.
So who's going to finish last? It's got to be someone like um what's the one that begins with Z?
Zimbabwe actually is,
Zimbabwe.
is, is one that is a lot more. You mentioned them before on the boys' side, but it's in a good and also in a bad light. Kind of saying like, yeah.
I've mentioned them before on the boy. Is it Senegal? No. No, no, no. Wait, give me one more chance.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, hint.
Yeah.
The boy you mentioned. Oh, the players are different, not the same generation, not the same players. That they won on
But
the
it's,
boys' side.
but it's not the same generation.
Yeah, it's the same team. They won on the boys' side. Just think who won on the boys' side.
Egypt. One on the boys'
We
side.
talked about it,
Oh
Guinea.
my gosh.
Remember?
Oh my god.
And you even said, "I don't believe in them because it might not be the same."
I literally
Remember?
said that. I feel like I'm having a Jigo moment, and actually, Jigo not being here, he's transferred his powers to me because that doesn't make sense that I would have got that question wrong.
Yeah, because you mentioned them. You said no, it's not the same
Oh,
because they
come on,
won.
man.
They won on the boys' side, and they lost. They were
On
last
the
on the girls'
on the
side.
girls' side,
It
yes.
was so crazy. But anyways, you
Oh,
you got you got
how many did?
85% of the questions
Oh,
right. Yeah,
that's not bad. I was aiming for
yeah,
50,
yeah.
so
You
yeah, I'll
come
take
on.
that.
You listen. Undisputed
Thank you, thank you.
champion of the week. You know, you
I'll take that.
undisputed champion, Swish champion of the week. So
Thank you,
too
thank
bad,
you.
too bad. But like, yeah. Hopefully, the other guy. Listen, I know, because this Ayo, he would know all this stuff. Yeah, because he's a nerd. He's a nerd. He knows all this.
He knows a
No,
lot. He knows a
yeah,
lot.
he knows his basketball. He knows his basketball. Yeah. Anyways, but listen, we aim for 45 minutes. We're at 44. So I think so I think it's the other Africans they make this
They
go for.
make it just
Yeah,
longer than it needs to
I
be.
know. Trying to be like Shakespeare and whatever talking. Anyways, and then it was supposed to be either Marcel or Jigo or Jonathan,
Mhm.
whatever, but it's gonna be the OG again. And she's
Hi.
gonna come with a final thought, please.
My final thought is because the U16 is being hosted in Rwanda, will that give the Rwandan national team the momentum to make it to the podium this time?
Oh, okay. 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 Listen. She's back. Won the quiz.
Yes.
She won the quiz. She's having a lunch break at 9 p.m. She lives in Spain. Don't forget that. And then listen, I want to thank our viewers.
Thank you.
Please, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. This is our podcast, not just ours as the host. Ours in terms of Africans. We talking about African basketball, and then we wouldn't be here without you. So this is for you, from us, from Africans, for Africans, by Africans.
Yes, sir.
And and then please subscribe, and then this will help our channel grow. And then we follow us on our socials. We on Instagram, X. We on obviously YouTube. You can chat. You can catch us on Spotify. We on
TikTok.
We're on TikTok also.
And Facebook. Yeah.
And Facebook. Yeah. I don't know. I got a hate relationship with Facebook. I don't know. But yeah. No, we all we're every social. Just don't forget, Swish Nomads. Keep swishing.
Bye.